I've reviewed countless number of smartphones, but I've always taken a special interest in entry-level devices because they simply tend to surprise when it comes to certain aspects. So here's a 400 ringgit device that I have been using over the weekend. This is the Realme C1, which comes with a Snapdragon 450 chipset, a large 6.2-inch LCD display, dual cameras, and a huge 4,230 mAh battery right inside. So it definitely doesn't feel like a 400 ringgit smartphone, but in fact, it costs at least 1,000 ringgit for other manufacturers if they were to make such a phone. So what are my thoughts about it? Here's my review.
When I started using the phone, I wasn't aware that it doesn't have a physical fingerprint reader until a day later. Though I don't really miss having one, it should have been there as a standard. But at the same time, it probably doesn't need one so that it has a clean design that I really like. Realme has done a good job on the phone's overall build quality. There's some heft to the aesthetics and I like that. The glossy back case looks good though it attracts smudges. The Realme C1 sports a triple slot SIM tray, allowing users to expand the phone's internal storage by not using up the secondary SIM slot. It is the first smartphone in its class to do so, and this could well be its best selling point for those who want to store a lot of media and require to use two SIM cards at the same time. Most sub 500 ringgit phones usually come with garbage displays with bad viewing angles and colors. The Realme C1's display fortunately looks good for its class and is on par with phones twice its price tag. Brightness is acceptable under harsh sunlight, and you wouldn't be able to notice pixels unless you view it up close. It is a pretty good huge display for watching YouTube and Netflix. Even touch response is decent when typing. While I have almost zero complaints on the phone's hardware, I'm not a fan of ColorOS, the very same Android skin that runs on Oppo smartphones that has confusing menus and an eventual messy home screen. Not to forget to mention the poor use of space and in-app screen optimizations. Replacing the home screen with Nova Launcher helps improve the experience a little, and I recommend that you do so, because any third-party launcher is just way better. The Realme C1 has reasonably good entry-level performance, though it still has some occasional stutters from time to time, which you should expect from a device with merely 2GB of RAM. I wouldn't recommend this phone for playing games like PUBG Mobile, because the hardware isn't going to offer playable frame rates despite having graphics set to low. It, however, does well in casual running games, and that should be sufficient for the average user. Since the phone doesn't have a fingerprint reader, it offers Face Unlock as an alternative security feature, which in my case it does work pretty well even in low light despite not having the dot projector and infrared camera. The phone maxes out the screen brightness in total darkness to assist the front camera in recognizing your face, which I think is pretty sensible, but it blinds people around you, especially in a cinema. Like other entry-level smartphones, you shouldn't have high expectations on the Realme C1's dual camera picture quality, though it is a decent setup with a 13MP f2.2 main sensor supported by a secondary 2MP depth sensor. It takes neither bad nor good looking photos, but it is sufficient for social media uploads when used in good lighting. Just don't expect sharp and noiseless photos when you take it indoors. The same verdict goes to the front-facing 5MP camera. It has HDR to take better selfies against backlight, but it isn't the best selfie camera in the entry-level phone category. All thanks to the efficient Snapdragon 450 chipset and its large battery size, the Realme C1 is a champ when it comes to standby and usage times. I managed to get up to 2.5 days on a single charge with a 5-hour screen-on time, while doing a lot of GPS navigation and social media browsing. It, however, takes a while to charge over a 2A charging adapter. The Realme C1 supports voice over LTE and has good cellular data performance. GPS reception is also good when navigating in the city.
At 399 ringgit or less than $100, the Realme C1 is a no-brainer for budget phone hunters. It has so much great hardware to love and so little compromises that you will be able to live with. Not to forget to mention, this phone shouldn't have been sold at this price, but I'm really sure that Realme wants to give competitors like Xiaomi's Redmi and Honor smartphones a good run for their money. So yeah, this one is already available on sale over at Realme's official Lazada flagship store, so do click on the link in the description to head on over there to purchase one if you're interested. So till then, that's it for my review of the Realme C1. Hope that you enjoyed this review. Give us a thumbs up if you really love it, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.